The day that the Emmy nominations came out, yeah, it was fabulous. It was I'm so honored to be personally nominated, but it also to see the amount that we got and to see so many of our departments get recognized. That was truly the most thrilling part. Seeing the world of the Penguin, it truly, it was astonishing. Every single one of our departments was firing on all cylinders. Like even being in the Falcone mansion, that's all on a soundstage, but so much of it is built. And so you can go through from room to room to room, and it like feels like it kind of is endless. And every little detail down to, the photographs that are framed that the camera would never even pick up. It's incredible. And Arkham felt the same way too. It was so incredibly detailed. Really, like it truly every department. Obviously our hair and makeup was, I was going to say off the chain, and then I got embarrassed that I was going to say off the chain, but they were. And, our wardrobe department, like every look they came up with for Sophia was so incredible. And it felt so collaborative too. It was truly one of the best crews I've ever worked with. And it felt like we all had the same level of passion about the show, because those are brutal hours. You're working outside, all night shoots in New York in the winter. Everyone's really freezing cold. It's very stressful. We're having to do a very big show in not the amount of time that you probably should get, but that's just how things are made. And it really felt like we were one giant team. It was an incredible group of people. When you're in something that is that beautifully executed, it certainly helps the acting because you feel really, you feel immersed. You can forget that you're on a soundstage. And so it's so helpful. And it adds layers to your character's history. And it's incredible. When I read the script for episode 4, I was really excited. And I was, sort of like levitating over it because I saw how much I was going to be able to get to do and dive into, but I also suddenly fully understood what you see for those first 3 episodes with her, and it really helped it all come into place. And I was very lucky that I got the first 4 scripts before we started, so I could sort of reverse engineer. But that script is one of the most exciting things I've ever read. I was beside myself. There are 2 moments in that episode that felt not only memorable for me as an actor, but they felt for the character too. They felt like there's no going back, and they felt so monumental. One is when I kill the woman in Arkham, that whole sequence, and the second is the sequence from the yellow dress and the tape at the dinner with my family through to killing them all. I would say those 2 are really I will never forget, and they were incredibly exciting to film. The most fun thing about playing Sophia, there's so many fun things. The fact that she's unpredictable is incredibly fun to play. And that after a certain point, she really does what she wants. Being able to play someone that is that powerful and that sort of adheres to no laws or rules is incredibly thrilling. You put on a big fake fur coat and you have a gun in your hand and a sack of cash, you feel pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. You feel really cool, and you have a whole table of mobsters listening to you. It's a pretty electrifying experience. I mean, Colin as an acting partner is I say this, I feel like I say this about him in every interview, but to know him is to love him. He's such an extraordinary actor. And then he's also an incredibly generous and kind and very funny human being. And, I think I just was so grateful that I had a partner in this show who, we both were so willing to go wherever a scene took us. And I just felt really, I don't know, like cared for by him. And he's also just so talented. It's stupid. And yeah, I just adore him. And he's so good. He's one of our best. I saw him in his full ensemble for the first time during these like a many camera tests that we did in the weeks leading up to it. And weirdly, like, it wasn't as jarring as you may think, because it's so realistic, and he really felt like a different person. So obviously there was this sort of disconnect of like knowing who was in there, and you hear his voice and you know that that's Colin's voice, but it felt like a second person. So I think pretty quickly it felt very normal. And also, like, I was so out of my mind during those hair and makeup camera tests that like I was like barely there. I was so worried. Deirdre O'Connell is just, she's a legend, and she's like a beast. And you know, we hadn't gotten to work together at all, and we had something, our scheduling sort of like got turned around, and we had to pull up the scene from episode 7 where I'm torturing her and asking her all this stuff in my father's old study. And I've known Dee for years just through theater in New York, and I've always been such an admirer of hers. Her talent is also astonishing. And to do that scene with her, I remember telling friends of mine later, it felt like getting into the ring with a prize fighter and like getting like just like KO'd over and over, but like liking it. Like, she's so, I mean, that's how acting with Colin is too. Like, the two of them, it's really, it's so thrilling because you just, like, you just feel so locked in. She's so good. There's so much going on there. Every take was so unexpected. And I'm so thrilled for her because I think she's one of our best. And I love the ways in which she's getting recognized. I can't wait to see her in Eddington. Like, you know, it's the year of Deirdre O'Connell. I've been fans of theirs for so many years, and I think they're both such extraordinary artists, and then getting to know them as people was even better. And like, you know, to see them recognized and to be recognized alongside them is just very fun. I'm just like very excited to put on a gown and, you know, like drink a couple glasses of wine and celebrate together. I would love a movie musical. Are you kidding? I mean, I really miss singing a lot. I used to do it way more, and I'm like, I also used to do like concerts in New York. So even if I was doing a film or a show, I would then get to do like these weekends, and I just haven't had time, and I really, really miss it. So I would love to do a musical. We won a Grammy for Best Cast Album, and no, we had to do a matinee that day. They wouldn't let us go. So it was a very like sort of surreal experience of, you just kind of like, they just like give you a trophy like at your house. Yeah, like in the mail. Like they're just like, oh, there you go. And but we were that day, the day we found out we won, we were rehearsing as a cast for benefit maybe. So we were all together when we found out, which was very, very cool. And it's very cool. And like, this is such a rote thing to say that it's like an honor to be nominated, and it is. And certainly, you know, I think when you get nominated for anything, a part of your brain is also like, well, what if I have to say something? Like it's thrilling and, you know, exciting. And also I try to like really not let my brain go to like anxious places. I really just want to like hang out and wear something cool.